What's going on, world? I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And I'm here with another review of Rhoa. Now, this episode was really good. There are so many things that took place this particular episode, so I'm going to try to remember everything and try to talk about everything. But I definitely want y'all to like this video, click that thumbs up button, and subscribe to Aconnectiontv, the network. We offer a multitude of different videos for you guys to be entertained by, and yeah, it's all free. So definitely click that subscribe button. Make sure it says subscribed with a D at the end. Okay? Now, Apollo and Phaedra, they finally have kind of like a relationship discussion about the texting and them being silent with one another and so forth and so on. And what I mean by finally having a relationship discussion, the discussion that they had at the restaurant seemed, I don't know, it wasn't necessarily a discussion in my eyes. It didn't seem like one was listening to the other. But with this particular conversation, although I really think that this conversation was really edited. Like, it really, because some of the expressions that Phaedra was giving Apollo really seemed like she just wasn't listening to him and didn't really care. But I think whoever chopped it up made it seem like that. I really believe that that conversation was a longer conversation than what we saw. But needless to say, the end result of the conversation was something that I was happy with. I want Apollo and Phaedra to stay together, and they said choice things to one another that made me believe that it's possible for them to stay each other. Like when Phaedra said that we're a unit, and you know, and then Apollo was like, there's no other woman that I want besides you, or no other woman is gonna take your place. Those types of words really like push forward the thought of them actually working out as a married couple, because you know, everybody's spreading these rumors around about divorce and so forth and so on. I thought that conversation was really cool, and I'm glad that they were able to come together and work it out. And you know, Phaedra seems like a little a freak underneath the sheet type person, and Apollo obviously liked that. I mean, after that tongue of war kiss that they had at the reunion, yeah, they get it in. And then when Apollo mentioned it, you know, missing the bathroom sessions that they used to have, I thought that was cool. I like Phaedra and Apollo together. I don't know about anybody else, but I really do. I like them together. It was weird at first, but now it just seems to work. Kind of like with the whole Peter and Cynthia thing. I thought it was weird at first, but now it just seems to work. Maybe I'm the only one. Nene and Greg go to visit some friends. Chuck, a retired NFL football player, went out to his house. His house is hot. We've seen some like great houses in the history of Real Housewives of Atlanta, but his house, that backyard with the upper levels and the lower levels and the pool and the water fountains, his house is beautiful. And it's not some 90-acre type situation where you need to ride a bike to get from one side to the other side. No, it's just a really nice house. Atlanta has some hot houses. I don't know, I was just so floored by the house. Nene is a freaking trip, okay? First of all, I don't know what was going on with her post confessional with the blonde streak hair. That looked all sorts of wrong. I don't know, because her skin was blended in with the hair, and then her dress was gold, and then it just was real flat. She needed volume to that. I like the crop thing with the volume, and it poofs out a little bit. It gives her weight to her head. But that shit just came flat, like, and she looked wrong in that post-confessional. I'm gonna just leave it at that. That's just my opinion. Adopt similar connections to spot our differences. Every time she came on in that clip, it just seemed wrong. But Nene is very funny. She knows how to, I don't know, she's funny. It's just weird. Like, I understand that Chuck and Greg are friends, and Chuck was a groomsman at the wedding, and you know, they all get along. But Well, maybe it doesn't matter because Chuck is married to his girl and they've been married for a while or however long they've been together, so they can talk about any old and everything. But when Nene brought up the old conversations about Kandi, how Chuck used to date Kandi, how he used to smash Kandi, and then brought up the whole thing with Phaedra and how they used to have relations, how he used to have relations with Phaedra, and the wife is sitting right there, Monique is sitting right there. I'm like, Nene, that is so tacky, ain't that tacky? Like I said, I don't know their relationship. They may be friends, whatever. But it just seems misplaced for just a blunt conversation like that to talk about who he used to do and what they used to do together. And then when Nene threw shade and was like, Phaedra was the head doctor, and you know, I just thought it was because she took care of Dick. I was like, what? Nene, like, what? Get out of here. That was crazy to me. And you can see like the facial expressions of Monique, like the conversation was really like left field. And Chuck was like, I never had full-on intercourse with Phaedra. Okay, you may not have had intercourse, but something took place. I didn't need to know that. Like, because is Chuck going to be on the show? If he's not going to be on the show, I don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta is small, so I'm sure. But still, like, what relevance does that have to the major plot of this season? Nothing. Nene is a mess. Carmen and Kandi have a conversation about Joyce, and Carmen is pretty much fed up with what she's hearing from Joyce and the rumors about her and Todd. So she speaks to Kandi, and you know what I like? I like that they have, well, they've known each other for so long, they need to have this friendship, but I like that their friendship is showcased in a way to where they converse about these things and they talk about it and get it out in the open. It's not like Carmen is sitting there talking to Cynthia about what Joyce is saying. No, go to the source, go to Kandi, because in a lot of these shows, we hear these people voice their opinions, but they're not voicing their opinions to the people that really need to hear their opinions. So it's nice that Carmen and Kandi are talking literally about everything. And Kandi knows this. And you know what's really crazy about it is that Kandi admits to Carmen and says it out loud and in post-confessionals that Joyce does these crazy things when people get closer to Kandi. And I don't know, this is just a weird, crazy pattern, and I don't understand why Kandi is not nipping this in the bud or has not nipped this in the bud from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you love your mother, you adore your mother, that you only have one mother. Okay, great. But wrong is wrong, and if you feel that she's wrong, then you need to check her. I don't know, it's just so sad because I know people that cling on to individuals. And when you cling, you're holding this person to you so tightly that you just do not know how to let go. And anything negative or anything positive that's, you know, surrounding this person that you want to cling on to, you try to make those positive things look negative so that that person can just latch onto you and you alone. That is not a good behavior trait to have, and it's really, really sad. Like, that's how I'm seeing it, you know. But I'm a firm believer, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm a firm believer that nothing comes from something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just gonna dredge up this lie about Todd and Carmen just for sake of just putting this lie into the Atlanta airs. You're just not going to do that. I'm a firm believer that something comes from something. So Joyce had to have seen something, whether it's a slight hand gesture, a slight eye, or a slight whatever, maybe flirtatious banter, joking around, whatever, or was at an event and saw, I don't know. I don't want to think that Joyce is just completely crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to think that if she is in fact just hearing this from what other people are saying, that they're not just saying that for sake of Kandi. You know, I don't know. I know people can be that malicious, but I honestly feel that no matter what, even if you really hate someone, you're not just gonna make stuff up just for making stuff up. I think something comes from something. I don't think nothing comes from something. That's just me. So it may be something small that she decided to, you know, go really hard on it, but I don't know. But I'm hoping that the relationship between Carmen and Kandi is one of truth, to where Carmen is not gonna be that stupid black girl that wants to reap some kind of public fame for a split second, and she's gonna defile her relationship, her friendship with Kandi. That, I just hope that's not the case, because that is dumb. That's fucking retarded. Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen you up until this season, so now you want to make yourself publicly known for that? I'm just really hoping that that's not the case, and that Carmen is a true friend to Kandi, and that Mama Joyce is really just going crazy and wants to be the crazy side of this particular season. I'm hoping. And I really hope that Todd is not just an opportunist. Now, I know some people that know some people who know some people. You know, one of those particular situations, I'm not going to go too far in depth, where they're saying that he is that type of person. He is like really an opportunist, and really, I'm not even going to I'm not going to go into that. That's none of my business. And I don't even want to put that out there like that. I'm a blogger, yeah, but I don't like to talk about stuff if it's not concrete. But I've recently come across some intense kind of information, and okay, I'm gonna stop. I just hope that Kandi and Todd work it out, and that it's a harmonious type of situation, and I'll leave it at that. The girls have a workout session at Kandi's house, and Kandi, I'm just happy for her that she, although she, you know, she released the album didn't do too well or whatever, she does not have to release music to stay afloat. Like, she's well off. Like, she has her thing together. She's staying busy at work. She's doing her thing. And I'm happy for her that she's in that position. Okay? So I'm gonna leave it at that. All the girls come to her house to have this little workout session. And it was cool that all the girls were invited. You know, they're all a part of the cast. So, yeah, all the girls should be invited. Nene drops this news that Porsha's in the hospital. The girls give this kind of gasp, but for dear life. And I'm just like, okay, like, really? What? Like, okay, get past that. And so Nene, you know Nene, she's like, yeah, girl, so yeah, let's call Lauren up. So they call Lauren. Nene calls Lauren, and Lauren explains what happened to Porsha or whatever. And it was just funny how Nene was like, all right, new topic, let's go on a girls trip. I was just like, huh? That was just mad icy. But Nene is funny because she poked fun at Phaedra and Kenya. And she's like, you know me, I want to go on a girls trip, you know, how y'all just so icy or whatever, you know, but we all getting along now. I'm like, Nene is so messy, Nene is messy. But these girl trips seem to always be where the drama happens, so of course everybody's waiting for these little girl trips, but they're going to Savannah. So, whatever, it's cool, whatever. Then Kenya comes up on a post-confessional talking about, I don't know where Nene comes from, thinking that I'm supposed to be happy going on this trip. I'm like, chick, bye. Because if you did not want to be a part of this, you would not be on this second season. Like, let's keep it 100. Like, you know that y'all go on these girls' trips, and you know that going with the wind fabulous. Come on now, Kenya, please. You want to go on this trip, so cut it out. You want to be a part of this, so cut it out. Please. Because if you didn't, you would not go. Kim didn't go on one of the trips. Okay, Kim had her shit together. She was with her husband. She sitting there making babies. I think they're on baby number 19. She don't give a damn. You gives a damn. So you gonna make sure you go on this goddamn trip. So don't be sitting here talking about, I'm supposed to act like, no. Really, no. And then I thought it was funny how Phaedra was saying Kenya more. It's funny. Phaedra is over Kenya, and I don't blame her. Phaedra has every reason to be over Kenya Moore. Phaedra does not owe Kenya Moore a damn thing. Phaedra is married to Apollo, so Phaedra has to deal with some bullshit through sickness and health till death do us part. She has to deal with that shit with Apollo, but she ain't got to deal with nothing with Kenya ass. So she don't owe Kenya a damn thing. So I'm here with Phaedra. So get past that. We come to Porsha. She fainted or whatever, and she fainted down the stairs. Porsha is so like ditzy, silly, it's ridiculous. When she was explaining how she felt, she's like, I felt like I was just like at the end of the steps, and then just something came over me, and you know, I kind of just fainted. It was like, ah, you know, I was like, what? She was like, no, but you know, it was like I felt like I was laying down on the floor, pretty like, you know, one of those faints where you just like I feel like I was just and laying like this. I was just like Porsha, stop. Like, no, your ass is not laying on the floor like that, Porsha. I think the whole, them being in Rite Aid or Dwayne Reed, wherever it was, or CVS or Walgreens, that shit was just all sorts of stagery because out of nowhere, you got, like, I understand when there's two seats sitting in front of the pharmacy counter, but not directly where the cash wrap is. Like, the seats usually be off on the side. But these two idle seats just out of nowhere, just sitting there right in the aisle next to the side, next to where people have to go pick up stuff on the counter. I'm like, that's all sorts of foolery. No. And then she's like, oh, I just feel faint. I'm hot. Do you feel hot? Laura's like, no, girl, I don't feel hot. Like, what are you trying to do? Let's sit on these seats that they just placed here. Lauren is not feeding into the hype. Lauren is just like, I don't know. I guess. Like, all right. Well, Porsha's like, it's hot. I'm like, Porsha, please, okay? Please. And ooh, I found out some information about Cordell too. But I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Like, here's what I'll tell you. Truth be told, nothing comes from something. Okay? Nothing comes from something. So, something comes from something. Porsha continuously talking about X, Y, and Z only comes from A, B, and C. Okay? I'm going to leave that where it is. Because, nah. Boy, I'm going to leave that alone. But, shout out to Porsha for dealing with that shit. I would just say, Porsha, you was a bad chick for dealing with that. I mean, I know you wanted marriage and all that, but you put up with some shit, and I'm gonna just leave that at that. They checked the blood pressure thing, and they was just funny with the words and everything that they were saying with the blood pressure and trying to read the damn machine. I thought that was funny as hell. Of course, the pharmacist or whoever the cashier was behind the register. He like, child, yeah, I'm on the phone right now. They filming right now, child. Yeah, Porsha in here. Yeah, Cordell was at the club last night. Mm-hmm. That boy was trying to make sure he gets camera time. I just thought that was funny. I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I thought that was hilarious. Kenya speaks to her aunt, and it's moments like this where we get the real truth of these people, where I tend to like don't throw any hatred their way, or it's not even, I don't even throw hatred. I just speak how I feel and just leave it alone. But moments like this with Kenya is where I can tolerate her. You know what I'm saying? She's tolerable. Like, but it was funny because her aunt even called her out on a few things. She was like, you trying to run after men that you can't get. And as soon as the aunt said that, I was like, okay now, you better call your niece a liar out here on public television. Come on now, with the whole Apollo situation. Come on, because at the end of the day, last season, Kenya had her paws all on Apollo. Their flotation was on a level where it should not have been. Period. Okay? And so, you know, I felt that the aunt called her out with that line when they're sitting down. But, you know, to find out, and I think she did speak about it last season, but I kind of like block out things when it comes to Kenya. But to find out that, or to hear again that her mother completely like does not acknowledges Kenya's existence, even in her adulthood, is so sad, and it speaks volume and solidifies her actions. It really does. How she seeks attention so much. It really does. Even with the workout that they did at Kandi's house, where she's twirling around and talking about I gotta be Beyonce and shaking her hair and all this extra stuff. Like, I see why Kenya seeks attention. You know, I see why Kenya seeks love from men that she should not be seeking love from, i.e. Walter and this African dude, where she's talking about, and she was talking about it briefly, like how she tried the whole marriage thing before the baby, and she wants to do the complete opposite. But then she went to the fertility doctor, and she didn't get good news. And she's like, I'm not gonna be the type of mother that my mother was. Like, there's a lot going on in this episode of Rhoa, but I feel bad for Kenya. But at the same time, it's like, Kenya, just slow your roll and just be a cool, calm chick, and you will be all right. Like, you extra with it. Like, really, really extra, read all about it. Like, I ordered a Big Mac with some small fries, and then the damn person gave me a large supersized Coke with 2 large fries and an extra sandwich. Like, you mad extra with it. Phaedra, I mean, Porsha, no, I mean, what is her name? Kenya. Mad extra. Kandi trying on wedding dresses. Kandi says that she wants to invite her mother to try out, to be at the store when she tries out the wedding dresses, because her mother apologized to her about the ring. And I'm like, Joyce don't give a fuck. Like, Joyce does not care. Okay, she apologized, but it wasn't sincere. And that whole conversation that they had at the table, that shit was piss poor. It was not adult. It was not mature. You know, and okay, all will it'd be all good, all right? It could be all good if Joyce ends up being right about everything, okay? But at the end of the day, where's the proof? I'm sorry, because if my daughter is going out with a snake and has a rat for a best friend, I'm gonna offer the proof. And if I know in my heart of hearts that I usually act this way and show out when people are getting close to her, and I really am sincere about this, I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure that she knows the truth. It's not gonna be just based off of hearsay. But Joyce is old school, and she decides to go to this fitting, and I don't know why. I don't even know why. Well, of course it's camera time, whatever, the show, I guess. But Joyce brings her posse, and I'm like, come on now. With the old ladies, like, okay, respect, great, but come on now. They really rolling deep to the wedding thing, right? And to try the wedding dress fitting. And then Carmen is there with a mutual friend, and she's explaining the situation with Joyce. And she's just like, I don't understand why Joyce even wants to come, because she does not care about Todd at all. She doesn't. And I'm feeling like, yeah, you're right. Like, why is she even showing up? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Joyce gets there with her posse. And, you know, the mutual friend is sitting here talking to Joyce. I'm like, hi, Joyce, how you doing? You know, I remember it's kind of hard seeing Kandi getting all dialed up and really wearing frilly things and with long trains and stuff like that. How you feel about this? You know, her trying on dresses. And then Joyce is like, she ain't gonna wear it nowhere. And then the mutual friend is like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? And then Joyce is like, well, at least I hope she don't wear it nowhere. You know, I don't want her trying on no dress or something to that effect. And then Carmen is off the side, like, shaking her head. She's like, psh, that's terrible. And then Joyce's like, what's terrible? And then Carmen's like, that's terrible. Like, why would you say something like that? Then why did you come? And I'm thinking to myself, why? Yeah, why? Like, why? Like, why? But then it's like double-sided, because maybe Joyce is right, or maybe she's crazy. I don't know. But I'm Team Carmen in this situation. I'm just Team Carmen, because it's not like Carmen is trying to hide the rumors from Kandi. She's telling her, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's being open and honest with it. It's just interesting to me. And then when Kandi made this statement that her, Carmen, and what's-his-face are always together, there's not room for much of an opportunity for them to be separate from one another. I don't know. It's just, I'm Team Carmen in this situation. So when Carmen voiced her opinion, and then Joyce wants to get all up and all rowdy and get all loud and shit, I'm like, really, Mama D? Really, Mama D? Like, seriously, I don't know. I don't know. Mothers that act that crazy on TV, it's just, I feel like it's just for TV. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not unless they're really that cuckoo, because you don't have to display yourself in that light. I just don't. It just does not make any sense to me. So when she getting all up and you ain't family, you shouldn't be here anyway. That was fucked up. And then when Kandi comes out, of course Kandi comes out when the drama is on sky high level. Is on the sky high level. And I thought it was really, really crazy how the sister posse is sitting in line on Carmen. Like, Carmen leaves, she's upset. And then Kandi's like, well, what happened? And then the aunt is like, I don't know if her name was Bertha or Mirtha. I don't know what the aunt's name was. But she like, I don't know what's wrong with this girl. Joyce is sitting here talking, and then all of a sudden she's evil. She just jumps up and wants to attack Joyce. I'm like, y'all lying. Like, that's not cool. That is not cool at all. Like, why y'all sitting here lying? Like, Joyce got these girls feud with whatever they feud with. I don't know if it's applesauce or what. These girls feud up. You know what I'm saying? And they hyper for no reason. Kandi is not feeling good. She's like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to try no more wedding dresses. It's over. It's a wrap. And then Carmen comes back, tries to sit down again, and Joyce goes in talking about, you know, Carmen always trying to get somebody's leftovers and blah, blah, blah. You know what? I'm Team Carmen, and I really hope that Carmen is not a snake. I really do. I really hope that Joyce is just crazy and she's just doing this because she did this with Kandi's other fiance or boyfriend, the one that died, passed away, rest in peace. She was acting crazy for him. So it's like, and Kandi admits it, anybody that gets close to Kandi, Joyce goes crazy. So I'm Team Carmen here, and I'm really hoping that Carmen, that's known Kandi for all these years, and Todd, that claims to be in love with Kandi, would not do this to Kandi. And I just hope that Mama Joyce is just acting crazy, because this is what she normally does when she feels that her place is being taken from someone else with her daughter. That's just what I'm hoping. And it was just crazy watching that whole situation. I just gotta shed some light on the most beautiful thing that occurred in this freaking episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta between Leon, Cynthia, Noel, and Peter. It is about time that we see black people of substance, as of some society standard. It is about time that we see some black people in a positive light on shows like this, because the fact that you have two grown black men that respect one another's position, their space, and their existence, they allow for each other to co-parent Noel, I think it is a phenomenal thing. And Cynthia is truly blessed to have these beautiful men act so mature and so and to be so involved with Noel's situation. And like I said on my last review, I swear to God that I feel that it is a beautiful thing for Noel and Cynthia to have this conversation. I mean, Leon and Cynthia to have this conversation with Noel, because Noel can be talking to her other 16-year-old friend or 14, 15-year-old friend about what they heard or about what they see on World Star, about what's the hot and new thing and what females got to do with dudes and the music videos and all that. The fact that Noel can talk to her father and can talk to Cynthia about it's amazing. It is amazing, and I am so like, I give so much respect to Cynthia and the fact that she's a woman and mature enough as a mother and a woman to speak to her daughter about this. The fact that her daughter can ask her mother how was her first time. Come on, like, let's not be unrealistic like the girl. And just like Leon was saying it, she's gonna have many boyfriends, she's gonna have sex, she's gonna, like, we're gonna have to deal with this. So kids nowadays start early. So why are we gonna make believe that Noelle is gonna be a saint in school? Like, there's so many things going on in schools nowadays. Come on, these parents have, like, you have to be smart with your children. And Leon and Cynthia are smart with Noelle. And I just like Leon's existence in Noelle's life. And even with Cynthia, Leon is fine, by the way. And it's just a hot situation. And I thought it was really, really cool how Leon was like, who else better for Noelle to talk to about sex with dudes than me? Cynthia was like, me? Leon was like, not unless she's having sex with a chick, would she need to, you know, if she's having sex with a chick, she'll talk to you. But she's having sex, she's gonna have sex with a dude. So yeah, I'm the best person. I thought that was hot. I thought it was all sorts of hot. What do y'all think about Kandi spazzing out on Kenya on the bus? I'm like, Kandi, that's hot if you had every reason to act that way. But I think you need to go off on Mama Joyce. Don't be crying to Cynthia about what Mama Joyce is not doing and how she's not respecting you. You need to go off on Mama Joyce. That's just me, and I don't mean disrespect her like, bitch, fuck this and all. No. But go off and let her know that it's your life. You need to live it. Because I don't know if you're taking out your frustration on Kenya because you feel you can't do it on your mother. But I want to know what's going on in that bus. I'm Wesley from Aconnectiontv. I want y'all to like my videos. I want y'all to subscribe. Make sure y'all share this video on your cell phones, your iPads, your iPad minis, your Kindles, whatever it is, however it is you're watching me. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, all right? And check out Connectiontv. That is a cool anime series that I'm really trying to, like, make very, very popular. So definitely check out my Connectiontv videos and more interviews coming soon. Thank y'all so much for checking me out. Later.